His brother keeps putting hands on me. My husband, Shrugs. He'll be fine. I locked myself in the bathroom, my left shoulder burning where Tom had just squeezed it. He'd called it an accident. Brushed past me in the hallway, hand gripping just hard enough to hurt but not bruise. 2:47 p.m., Thursday, November 14th, 2024. I marked the time because I'd started documenting everything, even though nobody believed me. This was the third time today. This morning he'd pressed his whole body against me, reaching for coffee, his breath hot on my neck. At lunch, his hand found my thigh under the table while Carol served soup, each time with that same smile, that same, oops, sorry, Sarah. I bit my lip hard enough to taste copper. Don't cry. Not again. My hands shook as I gripped the sink. Outside, Tom's voice carried through the door. Sarah seems stressed today, Mom. Maybe she needs those anxiety pills again. Poor thing, Carol replied. 8 years married and still so high-strung. No wonder she can't conceive. My stomach twisted. The anxiety medication. 2 years ago, after my miscarriage. They threw it in my face every time I spoke up about anything. I'd tried telling Mark about his brother 4 times in 2 months. The first time, Tom's just friendly, that's how he is. The second, you're misinterpreting things. The third, he's going through a hard time with the job loss. The fourth, just last week, don't cause problems with my brother, Sarah. Please. I sat on the cold bathroom floor, back against the door. The bottle of Ativan still sat in the medicine cabinet from 2 years ago. Maybe everyone was right. Maybe I was crazy. Maybe I was imagining the way Tom looked at me, the way his touches lingered, the comments when nobody else could hear. That's when I saw it. The small security camera I'd bought Robert 6 months ago, perched on the bathroom window ledge. I'd gotten it so he could watch TV from his bed after the stroke. But Tom had moved it last week, said it needed to charge near the outlet. The new position faced outward toward the bathroom door and hallway. My heart pounded as I grabbed my phone. The camera app was still installed, password still saved, Robert, 2021. My fingers trembled as I connected. The camera auto-saved 7 days to the cloud before overwriting. 7 days of whatever happened in that hallway. First clip, November 7th, 11:23 p.m. Tom stood outside the bathroom door. I remembered that shower. I'd felt watched, but told myself I was paranoid. The timestamp showed 6 minutes. 6 minutes of him just standing there while I showered. His hand moved to his crotch at minute 3. My stomach lurched. I kept scrolling. November 8th, 3:15 p.m. Kitchen entrance visible from the hallway angle. Tom cornering me by the fridge, his voice clear on the audio. That ass looks good in those jeans, Sarah. I remembered Carol was at the grocery store. I'd frozen, then squeezed past him. He'd laughed. November 9th, 7:45 a.m. Tom blocking the bathroom door as I tried to leave. Just want to talk, Sarah. Why you avoiding me? His body filling the doorframe. Me trying to duck under his arm, him grabbing my waist. Where you going so fast? November 10th, 10:30 p.m. This one made me vomit into the toilet. Tom drunk on the phone in the hallway, thinking everyone was asleep. His words slurred but clear. My brother's wife is fucking hot, man. She's scared of me, though. Won't say shit. Laughter. Then, I could fuck her and Mark wouldn't do shit either. Too much of a pussy. November 11th, 4 p.m. Tom in Robert's room, taking money from the old man's wallet. $60. Robert's weak protests barely audible. Later that day, Carol had accused me of stealing it. November 12th, 1:15 a.m. Tom in the hallway outside my bedroom. His hand down his pants, touching himself. My door handle turning slightly, testing if it was locked. November 13th, 9 a.m. Tom pushing me against the wall. Both hands on my shoulders, pressing. Mark will never believe you anyway, Sarah, so stop looking at me like that. November 14th, this morning, 8:30 a.m. Tom's hand on my breast as he reached for cereal, not even pretending it was accidental. His smile when I jumped back. What's wrong, Sarah? I'm just getting breakfast. 8 clips, 8 pieces of evidence spanning a week. But the drunk confession was the worst. I could fuck her and Mark wouldn't do shit. Robert knew. Oh God, Robert knew everything. He couldn't speak since the stroke, but he'd been trying to warn me. Last week he'd struggled with a pencil, his left hand shaking. He'd managed 3 letters before Carol took the paper. Tom. Dad's confused again, she'd said, crumpling it up. The camera wasn't positioned to spy. Tom had moved it randomly. But from his bed, Robert must have seen everything for months. Trapped in his paralyzed body, watching his son's wife get harassed, unable to scream. I uploaded everything to a new Google Drive, sent the link to my sister in Vancouver with a message. Don't call, just save these. I'll explain later. Mark would be home in 8 hours. I had 7 days of proof, video evidence, Tom's own drunken confession. But last time I tried to tell Mark about Tom, he'd said those words that still echoed. Don't cause problems with my brother. Would video evidence be enough? Or would he find another excuse to protect the brother who'd taught him to drive, gotten him his first job, covered for him when he wet the bed until age 11? My phone buzzed. Tom was texting me. You okay in there, Sarah? Need help? I stared at those words and knew exactly what would happen when Mark got home. Mark finally got home at 11:30 p.m. 14-hour shift. His eyes were bloodshot, shirt wrinkled, that familiar smell of server room air conditioning and stale coffee. I'd been sitting in our bedroom for 3 hours, laptop open, replaying the videos. Practicing what to say. We need to talk about Tom. He dropped his bag. Sarah, not tonight, please. Yes, tonight. I turned my laptop toward him. Watch this. November 12th, 1:15 a.m. Tom in the hallway outside our bedroom door, his hand clearly down his pants, moving rhythmically, the timestamp glowing in the corner. Mark watched 10 seconds, looked away. Could be him scratching, or adjusting himself. The video quality isn't great. My chest tightened. Mark. He's masturbating outside our door. You don't know that for sure. I clicked to the November 10th video. Tom's drunk voice filled our bedroom. My brother's wife is fucking hot, man. She's scared of me, though. Won't say shit. Then clearer. I could fuck her, and Mark wouldn't do shit either. Too much of a pussy. Mark's face went red. He closed the laptop. He was drunk. People say stupid things when they're drunk. He's sexually harassing me. Tom owes $8,000 on DraftKings and FanDuel. He's stressed. Lost his job 3 months ago. Mom's trying to help him get back on his feet. That doesn't make sexual harassment okay. Mark rubbed his eyes the way he did when debugging code. Slow circles. Look, Tom's starting a new job next week. Security at a warehouse. Once he's working again, he'll move out. Can you just avoid him until then? Avoid him? In our own house? I'll talk to him. Tomorrow. But don't make this bigger than it is. I stared at my husband. Really looked at him. The man who'd brought me flowers every Friday for the first year we dated. Who'd held my hand through the miscarriage. Who now couldn't even look at video evidence of his brother sexually harassing his wife. You're not going to do anything. I said I'll talk to him. Like you talked to him last month when I told you he was making comments. Like you talked to him 2 weeks ago when he kept accidentally touching me. Mark sat on the bed, put his head in his hands. Tom taught me to drive, got me my first job. When Dad had his stroke, Tom was the one who stayed at the hospital every night. And now he's masturbating outside our bedroom door. You don't know that for certain. That's when I knew. Mark would never choose me over his family. Never. Not if Tom was on video. Not if Tom confessed. Not if Tom did worse. The Chen family was a closed circle, and I was just the woman who'd failed to give them grandchildren. Next morning, 9 a.m. Carol walked into our bedroom without knocking. I was on my laptop, uploading the videos to a second backup account. What are you doing? Before I could close it, she saw the screen. Tom on video, the timestamp. Her face went from confused to cold in seconds. She grabbed for my phone on the nightstand. I got there first. She couldn't delete anything without my passcode, but she held onto it anyway. 8 years married, no babies. Now you want to destroy this family? Carol, Tom is what? Stressed? Depressed? Trying to get his life together after losing everything? She stood up, still holding my phone. You know what your problem is, Sarah? You want attention. Always have. She walked to her bedroom. I heard a drawer open and close. My phone was gone. I know about your anxiety medication, Sarah. 2 years on Ativan. Mental health issues run in your family, don't they? Your mother was hospitalized for depression, your sister too. I told her those things in confidence, years ago, when I thought we were becoming close. Tom appeared in the doorway, that fake concern face he'd perfected. You okay, Sarah? I worry about you. Mark said you were upset about something last night. She's been making recordings, Carol said. Secret videos of you. Tom's eyebrows shot up. Of me? Why would you do that, Sarah? The camera. Robert's camera. It caught you. Tom laughed, genuine surprise. Dad's camera? That thing's been broken for months. I tried to fix it last week, but it won't even turn on. Then how did I get videos from it? Carol and Tom exchanged a look. The kind family's perfect over years. Silent communication. Sarah, Carol said slowly, like talking to a child, if you call the police or tell anyone about these paranoid delusions, I'll tell them about your psychiatric history. 2 years of anxiety medication, the crying fits, the mood swings. Who do you think they'll believe? A respected mother and her unemployed son going through hard times? Or an unstable woman with a history of mental health issues who can't even have children? From his room down the hall, Robert made weak sounds. Urgent, distressed. Nobody moved to check on him. I'm keeping your phone, Carol said. For your own good. You need to focus on being a better wife to Mark instead of creating drama. They left me there. I heard Carol in the kitchen making Tom breakfast, heard them laughing about something on the news. Normal family sounds. That afternoon, Carol went for her nap. Every day, 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Like clockwork. I was on my laptop ordering a new phone. 2-day shipping to the Amazon locker down the street. Tom appeared in my doorway. We'd never had a lock. Carol said family doesn't need locks. You told Mark. He's my husband. Tom stepped inside, closed the door behind him. That was stupid, Sarah. He moved fast, grabbed my wrist. His thumb found some spot on the inside, pressed hard. White-hot pain shot up my arm. I gasped. He pressed harder. My fingers went numb. See? No marks. He let go. My wrist throbbed, but the skin looked normal. I learned this doing security. Pressure points. Cops can't prove shit if there's no bruises. He grabbed my shoulder. Different spot. His thumb dug in. The pain was incredible. Blinding. I couldn't scream. Couldn't breathe. My vision went gray at the edges. Next time you try anything, I'll do this to your spine. You'll end up like the old man, paralyzed, pissing yourself, but fully aware. Would Mark take care of you then? Or would he find someone who can give him babies? He let go. I collapsed onto my bed, shoulder screaming. Still no marks, just overwhelming pain. When Carol woke from her nap, Tom was watching TV in the living room. Sarah had another emotional episode, he said. I heard her crying in her room. Poor Mark, Carol said, dealing with that every day. I messaged my sister through Facebook on my laptop. Something's happening here. Tom is hurting me. I have videos. 3 dots appeared. Then, oh my God, are you okay? I'm in Mexico for 2 more weeks for Jessica's wedding. Can you call the police? It's complicated. I'm coming home early. No, don't. Just save the videos I sent, please. That night I wedged a chair under my door handle. Pathetic protection, but better than nothing. At 2 a.m., I heard footsteps in the hall. Slow, deliberate. The handle turned. The chair held. The handle turned again. Harder. The chair scraped against the floor. Tom was testing how hard he'd have to push. The chair would hold tonight, maybe tomorrow, but not forever. At 3 a.m., I climbed out my bedroom window. The November air hit my face like cold water. I'd thrown on jeans and Mark's old hoodie, grabbed my laptop bag. My hands shook as I dropped down into the bushes. I ran to the McDonald's 2 blocks away, the only place with Wi-Fi open this late. Ordered a coffee I couldn't drink, my stomach too twisted with fear. Found a corner booth and opened Facebook Messenger. Emma answered on the 3rd ring. Sarah, it's 3 in the morning. I need help. My voice cracked. I can't. Where are you? McDonald's on Shepherd. I'm coming. 20 minutes. Emma and I had met at book club last year. We'd bonded over wine and Margaret Atwood. She wasn't a cop or social worker or anyone special, just an office manager at a dental clinic who'd been through hell with her ex-husband 2 years ago. She recognized everything immediately when I showed her the videos in her car. The pressure points, the gaslighting, the isolation. She gripped the steering wheel. My ex did this exact same shit. Started with accidents, then got physical but never left marks. Then one night, he tried to strangle me. What did you do? Left. Finally, after way too long, she started the car. You're staying with me tonight. At her apartment, Emma pulled out her laptop. First rule, document everything. Email yourself daily. Multiple accounts. Upload to cloud storage they can't access. She helped me order cameras on Amazon, 3 for $40 each, tiny things that looked like phone chargers. Hide them where he won't look. Behind books, inside old product boxes, these record to micro SD cards. We looked up women's shelters together, every single one full, 3-week waitlist minimum. The crisis hotline said unless I had visible injuries or a police report, I wasn't priority. System's fucked, Emma said. They wait until you're half dead to help. I stayed 2 nights, slept on her couch, checked my phone constantly. Mark hadn't texted once, didn't ask where I was, didn't care. Monday morning I had to go back, nowhere else to go. No money for a hotel, no family nearby except my sister in Mexico. Call me every day, Emma said. 3 p.m. If you don't call, I'm coming over. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just survive. The cameras arrived Wednesday. I hid them while Carol napped. One in a fake plant facing the hallway, one behind books in the living room, one in an old shoebox in my closet angled toward my door. 2 weeks. 14 days of footage that made me physically sick. November 17th. Tom in Robert's room while Carol was grocery shopping. He opened the old man's wallet. $20. Robert's weak protests ignored. An hour later, Tom went back. 40 more. Then that evening, another 60. $340 stolen over 2 weeks from a paralyzed man. November 22nd, 4 p.m. Tom on the phone in the living room, thinking he was alone. Please, I just need 2 more weeks. I can get $5,000 by then. Long pause. I know it's overdue. I know the interest is killing me. Just please don't report it to credit agencies yet. November 26th made me vomit. Tom hitting Robert's hand when the old man reached for his nurse call button. Shut up, old man. Nobody's coming. Robert's eyes wide with fear, his mouth working, but no sound coming out. November 28th. Tom on the phone again with someone named Derek. This family will have to sell the house soon to cover my debts. Then I'll get my share. Mom doesn't know the mortgage is 3 months behind. I did more research on Tom's debts. Found his name in online betting forums, people warning each other about him. Tom C. from North York owes everyone money. $8,000 to DraftKings and FanDuel. They were calling the house daily now. $4,000 across 3 credit cards, all maxed, all in collections. $3,000 to Money Mart at 47% annual interest. The legal loan sharks. $15,000 total. With interest and late fees, probably $20,000 by now. Tom didn't have a new job lined up. I checked. Called the warehouse pretending to be checking his reference. They'd never heard of him. December 2nd, I heard Tom tell Carol he needed money for interview clothes. She gave him $200 from her retirement fund. He left and came back drunk at midnight. The house was collapsing financially, and nobody except Tom knew how bad it was. Carol trusted him completely. Mark was too exhausted from work to pay attention. Robert saw everything but couldn't speak. And me? I was just the crazy daughter-in-law with anxiety issues who couldn't give them grandchildren. But now I had 2 weeks of new evidence. Tom stealing. Tom lying. Tom planning to force a house sale. Tom trying to break into my room in the middle of the night. The question was, would anyone care? I sent everything to Mark's work email at 7 a.m. on December 2nd. Subject line, you can't ignore this at work. 23 video files. Tom stealing. Tom lying. Tom trying to break into my room. Tom hitting his own father. Mark called me at lunch. Delete these from my work email. IT monitors everything. Did you watch them? I'll watch them at home. He came home early that day, 6 p.m. instead of midnight, first time in months. I heard him and Tom in the living room through my hidden camera. Sarah's been recording you. I know, Tom said. She's obsessed with me. She has videos of you taking money from Dad. You think I want your wife? Tom's voice got louder. You've been jealous of me since we were kids. This isn't about who got you your first job at Computech. Me. Who taught you to drive because Dad was too drunk. Me. Who covered for you when you wet the bed until you were 12. Mark's voice got quiet. I didn't wet the bed that long. 11 then. Whatever. Point is, I've always protected you. Always. And now your crazy wife is trying to divide us. She has a video of you hitting Dad. Dad has dementia. Sometimes you have to restrain confused elderly people. Ask any nurse. Long silence. Then Mark. I'll talk to her. He came to my room after, sat on the bed, wouldn't look at me. Maybe you should see Dr. Patel again. For what? Your anxiety. It's getting worse. I opened my laptop, played the video of Tom hitting Robert, the old man reaching for his call button, Tom's hand coming down hard. Shut up, old man. Mark watched for 3 seconds. Dad's dementia makes him difficult. Tom was probably just restraining him. He hit him, Mark. You don't know what happened before the video started. I know Tom stole $340 from him. Tom's going through a hard time. Tom owes $15,000. He's going to force your mom to sell the house. Mark stood up. Tom would never do that. That's when I knew. Really knew. Mark would never see the truth. He couldn't afford to. His whole identity was built on being the good younger brother, the one Tom protected. If Tom was a monster, what did that make Mark? December 3rd, 2 p.m. I was in my room when I heard voices in the living room. Carol's book club voice, sweet and fake. Sarah, can you come here, please? We need to talk. Mrs. Chen from next door was there, Mrs. Patel from across the street, both holding teacups, both looking uncomfortable. Sit down, Sarah, Carol said. We're all here because we care about you. An intervention. They'd staged a fucking intervention. Sarah's been creating drama in our family, Carol told the neighbors. We've given her a free home for 8 years, fed her, supported her through her difficulties. What difficulties? Mrs. Chen asked. She seems nice to me, Mrs. Patel said. Carol sighed, dramatically. That's because you don't know about her mental health issues, the anxiety, the depression, the paranoid thoughts about Tom. They're not paranoid if they're true. See? Carol gestured at me. This is what we deal with. She thinks Tom is stalking her, attacking her. She makes secret recordings. I grabbed my laptop. Want to see them? Sarah claims she has videos, Carol said to the neighbors. But anyone can make deepfake videos now. There was a whole segment on the news. Teenagers doing it for fun. I opened the file. Tom masturbating in the hallway. Mrs. Chen gasped. That's clearly edited, Carol said quickly. Look how grainy it is. Tom walked in from the kitchen. Perfect timing. What's going on? Sarah's showing the neighbors her videos. Tom's face transformed, concerned, sad. Oh, Sarah. I just want you to get help. We all love you. We want you to be well. You tried to break into my room last night. I was checking if you were okay. You've been isolating yourself. I stood up to leave. Tom moved quickly. Here, let me help you. His hand on my shoulder, thumb finding that spot, that specific nerve cluster. The pain shot down my spine. I cried out. Couldn't help it. See? Tom said to the neighbors. She's hysterical. This is what we deal with daily. Mrs. Chen stood up. I should go. Mrs. Patel was already at the door. Mark stood in the hallway. He'd been there the whole time. Watched his brother hurt me in front of witnesses. Said nothing. Did nothing. Robert was in his wheelchair by the window, his whole body shaking with effort, his left hand moving, trying to write, the pencil barely making marks. TRUTH. Carol took the paper, crumpled it. Dad's confused from his medications. He doesn't know what he's writing half the time. I ran to the bathroom, locked the door, opened my laptop. Emma was online. I typed fast. My hands shaking. I can't do this anymore. What happened? They staged an intervention. Tom hurt me in front of everyone. Mark just watched. You need to leave, now. I have nowhere to go, no money, nothing. My couch is still available. That's not a life. That's not solving anything. What are you thinking? I stared at the screen, at my reflection in the bathroom mirror. The woman looking back wasn't me anymore. She was someone who'd been broken down, gaslit, abused, and abandoned by everyone who was supposed to protect her. Either I leave tonight or I do something desperate. I'm done being the victim. Sarah, don't do anything. I closed the laptop. Outside the bathroom, I heard Tom laughing with Carol. Normal family sounds, like nothing had happened, like I didn't exist. But I did exist. And I had evidence. And I was done being silent. Emma picked me up at 3 a.m. I'd texted her one word. Now. I climbed through the bathroom window with my laptop bag and the backpack I'd kept ready for weeks. Left everything else behind. My clothes, my jewelry, 8 years of marriage. You okay? Emma asked as I got in her car. No, but I will be. At her apartment, we didn't sleep. We researched, properly this time, not just the videos, but the money trail. Tom owed $8,000 to DraftKings and FanDuel. Screenshots from betting forums showed him begging for one more chance dating back 6 months. $4,000 across 3 credit cards, all maxed, all in collections. Capital One was threatening legal action. $3,000 to Money Mart at 47% annual interest. The paperwork he'd left in the living room showed monthly payments of $400 just on interest. That's $15,000 total, Emma said, with interest and penalties, probably 20 by now. How's he making minimum payments? He's not. I pulled up another screenshot. Look at this. Tom had posted in a gambling addiction forum 3 days ago. Family doesn't know I haven't paid mortgage in 2 months. When they find out, we'll have to sell. My share should cover debts. He's planning to make them homeless. Carol has no idea. She's giving him money from her retirement, thinking he's buying interview clothes. Emma made coffee. We kept working. No elaborate revenge plot, no complex schemes, just truth. Post it publicly, Emma said. These guys rely on secrecy. The North York Community Board on Facebook, 3,200 members, everyone in our neighborhood. What if nobody believes me? Then at least you tried. At least you warned them. I backed up the videos 3 ways. Sent copies to Emma, uploaded to my sister's cloud storage, emailed to Patricia from book club with a simple message. Please save these, just in case. I didn't go back for my belongings. My wedding dress was in that closet, photo albums, the necklace Mark gave me for our first anniversary. None of it mattered anymore. Monday, December 5th, 6 p.m. I sat in Emma's living room with her laptop, took a breath, started typing. Warning about Tom Chen. Please be aware. I had to leave my home for my safety. This is why. Please be careful around this man. I didn't post all 23 videos. Information overload would make people tune out. Just 3, the clearest ones. Video 1, Tom's drunk confession. My brother's wife is fucking hot. She's scared of me though, won't say shit. I could fuck her and Mark wouldn't do shit either. Video 2. Tom stealing $60 from Robert's wallet while the paralyzed man tried to protest. Video 3. Tom trying my bedroom door at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and 4 a.m., testing the handle, pushing against it. Under the videos, I wrote simply, Tom Chen lives at 247 Maple Avenue. He has been sexually harassing me for months. His family refuses to believe me despite video evidence. I've had to leave my home. Please protect yourselves and your families. I hit post. Then I turned off notifications and went to take a shower. First hot shower in days where I didn't have to rush, didn't have to listen for footsteps. When I came out 20 minutes later, Emma was staring at her phone. Sarah, look at this. 89 reactions, 34 comments, in less than half an hour. Jennifer Morrison, Tom grabbed my ass at the Canada Day barbecue. I thought I was imagining it. Rachel Liu, this man corned me at Metro last week, kept asking for my number, wouldn't take no. More comments flooding in. David from Mark's company. Hey, isn't this Mark Chen's brother? The Mark Chen from our IT department? Someone tagged Mark's company HR. Someone else shared it to the North York Safety Watch group. Another shared to Toronto Women's Safety Network. It's working, Emma said, but I wasn't feeling victorious. I was feeling empty. 8 years of my life. Gone. My husband who promised to protect me. Gone. The family I'd tried so hard to be part of. Gone. My phone buzzed. Mark calling. I didn't answer. Carol calling. Ignored. Then a text from an unknown number. You fucking bitch. You destroyed my life. Watch your back. Tom. Emma took my phone. We're saving this. That's a threat. Another text. Nobody will hire me now. My mom's crying. You happy? Then, Mark wants to divorce you anyway. You can't have kids. You're worthless. Each text more unhinged than the last. Let him keep texting, Emma said. More evidence. But I didn't feel like I needed more evidence. I'd already won the only victory that mattered. I was out. 6 months later, June 2025. I lived in a basement apartment in Scarborough, $950 a month, one window, shared laundry, but it was mine. Library job paid $18 an hour, 25 hours a week. After taxes, about $1,800 monthly. Tight but manageable. Sold used books online, another $300 if I was lucky, sometimes $400. Therapy took 2 months to start through OHIP, free but had to wait. Worth it. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m., learning to rebuild. Mark emailed monthly, same subject line. Please come home. Never opened them. Moved them straight to a folder labeled evidence. Tom fled to Calgary in February, heard through Mrs. Chen he was doing construction labor. Living in his car, no one would rent to him after they Googled his name. Carol worked 2 jobs now, days at Metro, evenings cleaning office buildings downtown. She aged 5 years and 6 months. Robert got moved to a government-funded nursing home in April. Basic care, shared room, but safe, clean, real nurses. I visited him every Sunday, took the bus, 45 minutes each way. Last week he smiled when he saw me. His left hand gripped mine. He managed one word. Brave. I wasn't brave. I was just done being afraid. Mrs. Chen updated me sometimes. The house was falling apart. No money for repairs. Furnace breaking, roof leaking. Carol too exhausted to care. Mark still lived there. Still working. Still sending those monthly emails I never read. Some people asked why I didn't feel guilty. Why I didn't feel bad about Carol working 2 jobs. Tom homeless. The family destroyed. I didn't win. I didn't get revenge. I didn't become successful. I just got out. Every morning I woke up without checking if my door was still barricaded. Nobody touched me without permission. Nobody called me crazy for stating facts. Nobody gaslit me about video evidence. That wasn't victory. It was just normal life. But after what I lived through, normal felt like everything. My phone buzzed. Emma texting. Wine tonight? My place? Yes, I'll bring the cheap stuff. Perfect. I smiled. A real smile. The kind that reaches your eyes. Outside my tiny basement window, I could see people's feet walking by, going about their normal days, living their normal lives. I was one of them now. Just normal. It was enough.